go live. We're already live. What the hell? It goes live automatic? I don't know. They are always changing stuff here. Let me double check. Climb on out. There you go. All right. Well, well, we're in the well. I need to do this stuff at night instead of during the day. See, at nighttime I've been talking all day, so everything's cool. Let's see who's here. Anybody here? Sarah Dedell here. Claire McAllister Pete. Have a little conversation with the one and only. Who? Which one and only? Let's see. Joe, do you not have this in the right place? Let me check it. It should be okay. Hello, Striper. How's it going, buddy? Everything all right? I fixed my cord to my headset, and so now everything is rocking and rolling. Let me turn that shitty music off. It's too somber. That's more like it. You'll be in and out throughout the stream today. Well, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Glad you are here. How are things down in Souther, Florida? East Coconut Man. Take a look. You know the cat in the hat. The coolest cat in the hat is our thumbnail today. Everybody has to remember, and I'm going to put this up. When you are sending to me, is that KB? I don't know. Let's see. When sending all right, yes, just do that. Yep, Carrie's on the thumbnail. The cool cat, Carrie. So, let's see. Do we need? Oh, bum. Sometimes, can you hear me loud and clear? Am I coming through clearly to you? You can hear me clearly, and it's not messed up. Just when you get a chance. Anybody out there? I know Striper was here. Where the hell is everyone? That's right. Oh yeah, the mellow sounds. The doctor's in the house. Making it happen. I found this while I was cleaning out my closet. It's one of those thingies, you know. Sorry, Mario, I gotta let you go, bro. Okay, so I can see what it looks like. You can't really tell it's one of those hologram deals. A buddy of mine, not a buddy of mine, I did meet Pierce Brosnan. Okay. Thank you very much. I got the feedback from the man down the street. My buddy Striper lives down the street, folks. You never knew that, did you? Well, it's a long street, you know, and it takes an hour and a half, but it's down there. That's right. That's what we're talking about. Somebody wants me to turn my car in. Damn it, don't I want to, but I can't. And it's time for me to renew my driver's license. 1 or 2 years, what's the best deal? Well, the best deal is 1 year because it's only $36. 007 in 3D. You know, I'm still a Bond fan. Even those old films in the day when they didn't have blood when they would film. But this was one of my favorites when Halle Berry comes out of that water. Woo! Man, that girl is fine as frog's hair. I mean, it really looks cool up close. The beautiful Sarah Nadell. How are you today, Saren? I hope you're doing well. Really? Are you that far south? Are you... yeah, you are, aren't you? Not 2.5. No way. I get to South Beach in 2.5. Easy. And you're not further south. Hialeah is off to the, as I'm going down 95 to the right. Are you out by, is Hialeah out towards Doral? Did I ever tell you my story? Spring semester started yesterday. According to Delilah, the beautiful Delilah is also in the house. The beautiful Sarah and the beautiful Delilah. You had your business law class, and today is my theater and fashion class. I'm doing well. I tried to get you to join. Don't forget to re-establish yourself on Skype, Delilah. That was a few days ago, I think it is. It is towards Doral. I have a nightmarish story. I don't know if I told you this. I was always thinking my whole life, because I would take Fort Lauderdale, or mostly Palm Beach, which is much closer, 45 minutes for me, or Orlando, an hour and a half, when I fly out. But I had a business meeting, and I was going, actually, I was doing it was business. I was going to Kentucky to do a commercial. And I figure, oh, it's just down there past Fort Lauderdale, you know, Miami. Well, then I asked someone for directions. Once I got way out west and I got to the, I went near the cargo area, and this guy says, go this way, go that way, go this way, some guy, and he gave me wrong directions, that prick. So I made that flight by about 10 minutes. They let me on. Unbelievable. And they had a driver waiting for me at the airport to go do this commercial. It was nerve-wracking, I tell you. I had no idea it was so far west. You're getting snow? Oh, man. That's pretty chilly there in North Carolina. You ought to come down here. It's warm. It's nice and warm. It's very warm in Florida. It's usually warm in the Carolinas, but this time of year is kind of iffy. Juliana, nice to see you again. You made it back. You're back. Juliana's back, everyone. Say hello to Saren, Striper, Delilah. They're all friends. Longtime friends here. Yeah. Delilah, you weren't, how are you feeling? You're feeling all right? I want to make sure I sent you a message. You never get back. You don't respond to me. I know you don't respond because you get a lot of crazy things, but I was concerned you were in Hawaii. I want to make sure you didn't have any flu symptoms. But obviously you're in school and you're doing well, so. My mail. A spring trip, a springboard trip. Ah, Bermuda. Yeah, Bermuda's nice. He might like the Bahamas. I like the Bahamas too. Because they go there more frequently, they're less expensive. Hawaii blows them all away, in my opinion. Having been to probably most of the islands in the Caribbean and to Hawaii a couple of times, I would say Hawaii is really just breathtaking. But I had some wonderful trips to the other islands. Jamaica's mountainous, very nice. I like Nassau too. Nassau gives you island flavor, and it's just close. Puerto Rico is nice, but that's the U.S. So let's see what else is out there. I love Barbados, Cayman Islands, St Lucia. St Lucia was weird for me. It's a diver's island, and I wasn't a diver. Well, not that kind. And let's see. St. Kitts. Also, where was I? I was in one of my favorite islands in the Caribbean is St. Bart's. Whoa, that is cool. That's the one where if you heard, I talked about it before, where you stop going over the mountain over to the beaches. You have the little town, then you take a cab over, and they have to stop because small aircraft come in and their wheels hit poof, on the top of the road, bouncing down to the airport over the mountains. And you could see the skid marks. Really kind of scary. I didn't believe it till the guy said, wait a minute, we got a plane coming in. So poof, and this little smoke. What? Too scary for me. I took a boat over there. I was in St. Martin or Martinique, I forget, St. Martin, I think, and I took a sailboat over there. It's very nice. So anyway, but Hawaii so far trumps that. Except when I'm there, when you're in one of those islands, they're the most beautiful. And then you start, adding them up. Hey, and for someone else, St. Bart's may be far more beautiful. It's mountainous, it's gorgeous, and then Hawaii. They're all smaller, of course, and more intimate. But anyway, so that's our travel log for this morning, brought to you by Hasbro Toys and American Express. Don't leave homey without it. Okay. Emergency C, every day is good for you. And drink water and coffee. Well, a lot of water and coffee, and black coffee is the best, like I drink. This one, though, is water now. Coffee is a diuretic. Also, and let me tell you that those Frappuccino thingies, it's almost a meal's worth of, a day's worth of calories in one of those things. Business law is confusing, and it just started. Well, you've only just begun, right? Yeah, I'm like you. I don't get sick very often. I get not sick, but the last time I was really ill was Angela and I both. The first time I didn't take, when I lived in New York City, I didn't take flu shots. I get here, and because of her niece, I think, we got the flu, and we were knocked out for a month. So I don't miss that anymore. I do not miss my flu shot. That sexy man, the cat, the coolest cat in the hat, is our very good friend Carrie. You know who he is. So listen, everyone, here I typed in for you for possible penetration. I know now you'll pay attention. Make sure, according to Mario, this is our tech whiz, we had to figure out how to get that picture of Carrie to fit in the little box. 1920 by 1080 or 1080 by 720, according to our only male nutbuster, Mario from Italy. So those are the size of the picture, or smaller, because some of you send me photos that just boom, they go right in there. It's easy to get some of yours in there, I should say. For example, Saren, Alex, of course, Delilah. The pictures go right in there. Everyone here. I don't have one of Juliana. Kathy's is a perfect fit. She's a perfect fit at 4'11". No, but the photographs really, all kidding aside, some of them for some reason just fit perfectly. Some of them are too large, and when we try to, it does not work out well. And I'm not the best one to be doing that anyway. Not really. I have emergency. Good morning, Kathy. Well, what is happening in everyone's world? We already heard that Delilah's in school, in class. And Delilah, I'm sure you are the prettiest girl in the class. You tell them Daddy said so. So, let's see what else. I'm going to go get my neck adjusted today, but I called the doctor. I want to go with laser treatment because all these months of it is not doing the trick. So I want laser. I think maybe it's is it a laser? Yeah, they use that red light. It takes a little while longer, but you can get moving. Good morning. There's Charlie. Charlie's here. Charlie, how are you feeling? Any news on your relationship front now? Or is everything the same? Yeah. I don't want any of you to miss. You have a debate to watch tonight. If you are a politijo, you can watch. It's always fun to watch and see what they're going to say. I'm particularly interested in watching and see how the candidates who have been on the stage for a while confront little tiny Michael Bloomberg with the huge, enormous bank account. But that it? What the hell is that stuff there? High school. I cleaned my closet out over there. I had so many things, and I put some of them on my desk, and I don't know why. I showed this one earlier. I found this. This is cool. This is like weird. That was really neat. I forgot where I got that. Sounds like a fire. Except the music is awful. Okay, we'll drop the music. I had it on there for Charlie. Charlie came in, so now he's heard it. So okay, there you go. Neck adjustment. So what? You should tell them to twist your neck so that way you can move it like an exorcist movie. Charlie, I'm way ahead of you. I've been going there for years, but I had some whiplash that was discovered. Yes, I'm familiar with all those things. Both ways, I come out of there, it's great, and then, it seems like another 3 hours, it's off center again. Victoria, the lovely Victoria, ladies and gentlemen, is gracing our presence. Victoria, how are you today? I hope very well. Let's see. Juliana, you just got out of your classes. Oh, you and... All right, now refresh, please, Juliana. What part of the world are you in? It doesn't pop up on my screen like, you come. It would be cool, coming in from different areas. I know that Delilah, but Delilah, you're not in class right now. You didn't go to class. That was yesterday, right? Yes, I think you said. I know, I have to set up your phone and Instagram, Skype, etc. Yesterday, that's right. Business law. Jude law. An amazing masseuse. Oh yeah, sometimes a masseuse can do the trick too. Greenville, South Carolina, that's right. Well, you can send me you can go on Discord and send a picture in the frame section or wherever you want. Also at May December Society at gmail.com. You can send one there. So Instagram to May December Society, Gmail. So one of those, Discord, and you're a member of Discord now, aren't you? I know Victoria is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Victoria is. So a photograph so we can put you up, ladies, as thumbnails. Thumbnail, thumbnail, thumbnail. Let me see if I still have, I must have it around here. Oh yeah, let's see if I can find one. Well, see, you know what? You know the photo that I had of everyone at the pool? It's kind of weird. It kind of took off on me, but yeah, I don't know how that happened. But I have a small one that gives an idea what we were doing with peeps. Okay. I'll show this on. And this, just so you know, we do have a pool that everybody was hanging out with me at the pool. And this is just one side of the pool, one little small area of the pool. And make sure it comes up. Hold on. There could be something up there already. I should know better than this, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, there you go. All right, now, this, ladies and gentlemen, this is what, I gotta get this stuff right. Okay, Joe, go back to normal. Scene 1, Act 7. Okay, here we go. All right, now, here's the little, see this way, but imagine, okay, now imagine the pool. The pool is long and it goes, and I have all of you, lovely, right here featured, we have Claire. This is like an all-star setting. The newcomer here is Jenny on the block down there at the end, and she doesn't come in here very often. But we're seeing Claire, we're seeing Kathy, Saren, Alex, and Whitney. The one missing from this group is Delilah. But this is just one little section, so I'm just going to show you, those of you who are interested anyway. Here you go. This There you go. You can see by the pool. It's so funny because they set these pictures up and it looks like they're actually leaning against the screen and stuff like that. So here's Jenny on the block. This is Whitney. Alex over here. Our adorable Saren also is doing a little commercial for MDS and our merch. This is Kathy. And here is our little Claire over here by herself. And Claire. And that concludes this morning's show and tell. All right. So anyway, so send your photo so we can also include you. Now we always have ladies, young ladies, women, Joe Daddy's girls as thumbnails, but there was a request to put guys up who are members here and or friends of ours, so we called it Wiener Wednesday. And then I started thinking, well, we have to show a little more class than that. So we put up, I put WW for, I think that's on there for Wiener Wednesday, but so you have it. Charlie, you haven't sent a photo yet. Ebba. Gunnarsson. So anyone wants to send your photos, please do so. You could send them to Discord. Boom, boom, click. That's a cue. You can send them to maydecembersociety@gmail.com. You can send them to Instagram at maydecembersociety. So there you go. You could even you could text them. Well, some of you can text them to me. Actually, those who can text them to me have already done so. So you can reach me on Skype too. You can Skype, but you have to tell me your Skype in private and I'll send it to you anyway. So actually 3 ways you can do it. Is that correct? You could do it through Facebook too. Claire, hello Claire. Good to see you. You heard your name. Yes. And we saw your adorable picture. Your picture. I'm doing fine. Ebba? Am I pronouncing it? I know I'm pronouncing that right, aren't I? Because the 2 B's, it would be sound, right, Ebba? And you'll come back and say, no, Joe, it's Bagon or something. Like ABBA, but Ebba. Love the mug. Thank you, Saren. And I love that you have one. So do I. I'd like to say I have boxes of them to distribute, but I do not. You know, it's drop ship business. So, so we really don't do much in the merch department, which is probably my shortcoming. Because really, we do have a logo in the works. It's called Joe Daddy's. I've got a special one that's coming out, all right, and I will show you. I'll give you a picture, and if you want it, we'll have it put up on in t-shirts. Angela had one logo that we can put up, and we'll do that. And we have another one we're trying to get in black and white, like a sketch, you know, my face, but you really can't tell, but you would know it's me. And under it is in cursive, it's written something like, I'm a Joe Daddy girl, or something like that. It'll be fun, it'll be cute, it will be something to have, and oh, there'll only be a few of them out there. But with an E. But not a hard E, not a long sounding E. Eva. Or is it Eva? Like the E in high, everyone from Eva, Eba. Okay, that's enough. It's a lovely name. You did send your picture via email just now, or I have it, and I apologize. I'm not always gathering that stuff. Angela usually tells me what happens on. She will say, do you know you have a photograph over here? You know, so I'll take it. I'm usually focused here, the website, and I do check because I get these little bing, 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 bing when you guys are all discording yourselves and all sort of things. And I do look, and sometimes I will comment, but most of the time, it's kind of weird because I will go to it, I will hear this and I'll go to it, and everybody, if I was to comment on the first, ping I got, it's way down the line. So I always feel weird, like putting at Kathy, and then, but I guess that's the way you're supposed to do it, right? Because then it just comes to you, even though you're responding to something 6 hours ago. Hey, Carrie, we appreciate you being here, representing the male of the species with me, and Charlie, and Striper intermittently. I'm waiting for us to get the ones who said, let me pick a name. I'm Alice. Okay, we're another lovely lady. No, not really. Okay, Alice. We'll have a whole new dynamic. And that's one that we're waiting for. You have to go driving now. That sounds interesting. Victoria, driving a vehicle or a golf ball? But I hope you are safe and focused, doing both, whichever one it is. Thanks, Victoria. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we got them all in the same place. There are hundreds of people out there. It was a pool party. And I said, everybody take their headshot and put it up against the screen. Learning to drive a vehicle. All right. Claire's learning to drive a vehicle. I started driving, it was actually 50 years ago, last April. 51 years. Oh man. Yep, I can drive. A stick, anything. Either side. So, if you need help, you have plenty of people here who have experience. Learning to drive a vehicle. Learning to drive a thresher would be, or what is it, a cotton gin. Do you drive those? The thing that puts hay in bales, right? What is that? What's that called? Come on, some of you girls out there, I know you're familiar. But that's okay. You don't have to. Angela doesn't drive a stick either. Your generation, and for several, I think you don't have to really drive a stick. I like them because of sports cars. It used to be you couldn't get a Porsche, Corvette, or anything like that in automatic. If you didn't drive a stick, you were out of luck. Even the little, I had a VW Bug. They're the easiest to learn a stick on because you can jam it in there, whether the clutch is out or not, it goes into places. They're really not that great. Okay. What do you mean, how you got to do that? I don't know. There we go. It says unlock your iPhone. I didn't know it was locked. I didn't even know it had juice, actually. Okay, that was to Mario. Did someone, oh, let me see. I think you guys are on the, I see something here. That's right, Ed. Just a moment here. Tonight on The Tonight Show, we have I remember that. I had a conversation, slight conversation. Here, what do we have here? That's from Sonia. Today? No, impossible. See. Okay. Impossible. Well, it seems from what I've read. That was last Thursday. Okay, let me get right current here. Yes, the coolest cat in the hat today. I always, whenever I see Carrie in that hat, I always want to think that he's got a, he's walking to a stage and he's got a sax or something, and he's going to open it up and riff there. Dexterous and ambidextrous. With Claire, with both hands. Oh, I mean, you know what I mean. You've been dating this 38-year-old man for almost 6 years. I'm too nervous about introducing my parents, but how do I handle this situation? Well, we suggest that you join MayDecemberSociety.com. Let me ask you, he's 38. He's 38 years. Wait a minute. I've been dating this 38-year-old man for almost 6 years. Okay. If you join MayDecemberSociety.com and you go in the search and you say, telling the parents, there'll be a plethora of posts from other members about that very subject, and you will gain a lot of support from everyone there. There's a caveat, though. You must be 18 years of age. Claire is good with her hands, I'm told. Especially good with D. What? D is her husband. Jeez, your mind's even so early. So early. And don't tell me otherwise now, Delilah out there on the left coast. I know it's called manual. We always called it manual transmission. It's a manual transmission. We're the same. We say manual. So someone would say, is your car automatic or manual? And then they would say, yeah, I have a stick, But it's not always. You see, manual transmission, by the way, for those who don't know, does not mean a stick on the floor all the time. A lot of times it's on the column. Harder to drive, but it was fun. Same thing, you still use a clutch, but you're shifting on the column, steering wheel column, as opposed to stick on the floor. Now, a VW Bug would have a big stick, a big skinny thing with a knob over there. But I used to love a short throw, we would call it. I had a sports car, I forget which one it was, that had a short throw. You could with your fingers move it. So it wasn't like you had to go, it was right there. You could rest your arm on the console in the middle and just go like, very cool. Okay. And I forget what that was, and if I remember, I'll let you know, but I've owned a lot of cars. Okay. Yeah, I know you're guilty. I know what you were thinking of, you bad gal. So, Eva, go to MayDecemberSociety.com. Hey, there's an echo in here. Go there and join. And then, and you can also private message me. And we will have a direct conversation. I don't like to get into it too much here because there are a lot of folks and we try to keep things moving somewhat. But I'm directing you to go where to go if you want, suggesting you go there. Join the website and you will get an invitation and you sign in and it'll be great. And you can send me a private message as long as you like, and I will respond. And you can get support, and you will receive support from a multitude of members. Some of them are even here. But I think most of the people here are on Discord more than they are on the website, and that's cool too. We've kind of like moving, you know, there's a movement afoot, as you know, and we're moving in that direction, I believe. Now we're going to see if the website continues. I'll give you a little insight. I'm going to give you some insight. I'm going to lay some of the preacher on you here. Anyway, the website costs about $400, and I'm deciding whether or not I even want to keep it up in September. You keep it up any month you want, but you know what I mean. Renew. I'm flashing at you? Why? What's wrong? I just flashed you? Ooh, girl. Girlfriend. Don't let me flash you. Don't bring me down. Down, 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 down. Striper. Don't mean to flash you. And get that thumb out. Oh. What are you doing with that thumb? What? I don't know. Some people like that. Well, it depends what you're doing along with it, I guess. But anyway, I digress. It's stopped now. Kristen Live. Kristen's Garden. And your head is in the frame. How are you doing, Kristen? How are things up there in the other time zone? You know, I did not realize that, but you're over by Mobile, Alabama. Mobile, Alabama. Is that where you are? You're closer to Mobile than you are to me, I think. There must be some wild accents up there, because you are really up south. Okay, all right, it's better now. Claire, you tell me, is this good? At this rate, we'll never get out of Alcatraz. North of Panama City Beach. And you're at the beach, right? Yes, you are at the beach. See, I would do one of those, but you have to talk right. You go. If it was warming, you'd be laying on the beach. Alone. I doubt that. You probably can't be alone on the beach. You probably go to the beach with the idea of being alone, and you're carrying your bag and your chair or whatever, maybe a towel or blanket, whatever your preference. And you get out of your bathing suit cover-up. You say, I know what they are. You get out of that. You drop that. Probably not around your ankles, so you would, but then you have to shake the sand off, and you put it maybe on the back of the chair. And then you're sitting there. Yeah, you're just lying there. And 2 seconds later, a shadow comes over you, and it's some guy going, "Say, girl, what's up?" I guess they talk like that. I wouldn't do that. I'd say, "You're in my spot." You're going to study for an hour. Okay, Delilah, we're counting on you. Thanks for being here. And don't forget, get those connections. So, that does happen. Oh, yes, of course it happens. Yeah. Yeah, of course it happens. Hey, how you doing? And you're like this blocking the sun. Look at the person first, and that's whether, oh, I'm okay, just trying to, get some rest. Or you'd be like this. Oh, hi. How I'm sure that's how it works. Girls don't generally come up to guys at the beach. I had a place at the beach, and I used to always go to the beach. Not so much anymore, or not at all anymore. But it seems they would never come in. They might like it they might be down there. Some girls are like, oh yeah, maybe he'll come over or something, or maybe that. Girl, get up out of your chair and walk over here and say hello. Unintentionally run into someone you know. Yeah, someone who's only seen you with clothes on. I mean, if cheeks were exposed and you're on your stomach, getting sun on your back, somebody might go up and say, that, I don't know how to say this, but you remind me of my third wife. And you turn around and you look, like, how many times have you been married? And he says, twice. Okay. Okay. Are you running into someone? Okay. When I went to the shop the other day, a man tried to chat me up. I said, sweetie, you're at least 20 years too young for me. He was about 30. There you go, girl. Mm-hmm. It's a small beach. It's Miriam, ladies and gentlemen, is in the house, the tea server herself. Delilah left us. She needs to study. The interesting thing is she says she needs to go study for an hour. So with Delilah does everything to the max. So in that hour, she will probably have an entire semester studied. Okay. Smart. She's a smart cookie too, like all of you. All right then. Yes, I am. Now, Ebba, you might say it once Miriam starts at Sonia, once she begins pouring tea, you might say, well, why would someone be telling us stories like that and you don't address stories about relationship? Well, because Sonia's stories are, once you hear one, you'll know. They're fun and that kind of thing. But your conversation you want to have with me, send me a private message. You want some real information. So I take a lot of time and effort. And I do this with many people, and I'll give you my honest opinion and suggestions. But I can't just do it on the fly. I want to think about it. Sonia we can take on the fly because we already know what's coming. There's some guy that she's got her eye on that is in love with her, but he doesn't know it. Okay, Sonia, come on. Spill that tea, girl. Spill it. Spill. My tea. I see my tea. I flashed you again. I don't know. I'm getting a strong signal here coming from you and Kathy. Kristen was easily distracted to the beach. It's getting hot down here. Yesterday it was 85 or 87 degrees. Whew, that's warm. In Celsius, that's somewhere in the neighborhood of, well, I'm not really sure. Oh, you're going to copy and paste. This is a big one, folks, so get your reading glasses on. Your end, that's a good one. You're setting me up. Your end could never be a problem. Even with your little identifying birthmark. You know what I'm saying? How does Joe know that about her? What? Have you ever been to England? Yes, I have several times. Has he ever met Claire in person? Well, sort of on Skype, but not in the flesh. You have a bone to pick with me? You were supposed to make it hot in here. Ooh, you had to put a robe on. Are you a naturist, Kathleen? Do you walk around the house naked? Do you enjoy that? It was 70, but still dropping in the 40s at night. Yeah, see, wow, it gets chilly up there. You definitely have the seasons change more than we have the seasons down here. You know, but the seasons it might dip into the 50s, and during the day it might stay high 60s, low 70s. So I have a flirtatious relationship with my chemistry professor. He's about 56, and I am about 19. You are 19. In 2 months, you'll be 20. And here are some things that he does. You are a naturist, aren't you? I would be more of one when I was in shape. I used to have this buddy of mine. I'm not going to give any names, but of course you wouldn't know him anyway. He had a big boat, and we used to go out in the Chesapeake Bay all of the time, right? And he said he was a naturist. And he would always go on the boat naked, and the girls would be on the front, and they'd be naked, you know, lying out there. And it was always entertaining to me. But one day, we are out there on the boat. Just the guys were going out, drinking some beer, just taking it out for a spin. I said, "You're not really a naturist, are you?" He says, "Yeah, I am." "And you tell me you always have your clothes off," and the girls said, "Yeah, I do." "Well, if you're a naturist, why aren't your clothes off now?" "It's because of the girls." So don't give me that shit. Okay, anyway. It is perfectly normal to walk around the house naked. Around my house, certainly. Not around the outside. Well, you could, but, you know, there might be too many ambulances coming in here. I thought that would happen when we were filming models coming out of the water in my swimming pool. You know, they don't see they don't see film crews here around here anywhere, usually. In New York City, you can walk down a street, and I would avoid it. They block one off. I go this way. A lot of people want to go watch the filming. But when you're in that business, you just want to get home or whatever you're doing. I used to stop to see if my friends were there, but most of the time I would just avoid it. You would look like a lobster if you were naked outside. So you go from this delicate, tiny dancer, package of beauty, and you go outside and you turn into a crustacean. Oh, that's odd. That sounds like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Okay, here we go. Let's go. He's very caring, and he's always there for me. For example, he literally walked me to my car when you were having a panic attack, of course. And when I asked if I could stay with him till I feel better, he said, okay. And he fell for that, of course. You would offend your religious neighbors? Yeah. Wouldn't offend me. I would say, this is not going to last long, but while it's good, let's enjoy the show. And he cares a lot about my grades. Well, he is your instructor. He should. Like a lot. and your well-being in school, and make sure I'm passing my classes. And if you were in my school, in this class, you probably always see me in his office. And what's the story? Where's the hook on this epic tale? Do you have anything that is unnatural or sordid that you would like to share? Because we're all sitting here waiting. So, Claire and Kathy, if they live together, well, they never come out anyway. You never see them. You wouldn't even know they live together. They might open a window and, you might see them trying to get some fresh air, and then they're there and back they go. And your religious neighbors wouldn't even know. I'd be a religious neighbor, in a manner of speaking. I would always be there for you, religiously. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to anymore. They can send in food. Damn. Loud. That's good. Whoa. Well, we've got some noisemakers in the house. Yeah. Ooh, boy. So we'll have to get a padded room for those girls. Okay. And he teases, now back to our regular scheduled programming. And he teases me a lot. And he called himself my daddy once. And one time he said, I'm going to make you get chemistry anyway. And he said, what am I going to do with you? And I looked at him and I laughed and said, I don't know. What? We'll be right back after these words. It is like a soap, not a soap opera. It's sort of like a soap opera, but it's not. It's not. I'm looking for something. No. Where, oh where? I got pictures of Mario and Sarah and Bo and Kathy and Claire. Who's this up here? Oh, couldn't make him out. I even have Randy here. Randy is Randy. Okay, let's get back to the program at hand. And he was like in a cute voice, and I was like in a cute little space voice, and then I was like talking to him like I always do after class, and like, I'm sorry, I embarrassed myself, and looked down, and he was like, it's okay. We have a lot of likes going on in there. He is not teaching English composition, is he? I don't believe so. Yeah, I'd say anything you want, girl. You would be bored to death, stuck inside all that time. Well, you have quite a cup of tea there, Sonia. I think you need to be the aggressor in that case. Just see how far. If that's what you want, let him know it. And as far for you, Kristen, you're going to have to get a spanking. You were misbehaving. But you get to go outside of the beach afterwards. All right. I know you are an outside girl. You are a crunchy granola girl, but with a fine twist. Kathy likes to swim. She doesn't like this. Well, if you're in the water, you don't really get too much sunburn. Let's see. I told you about my visit to the dermatologist, didn't I? And, you know, I like to be checked all over because you never know. So he said he would take this light and all these different things. And I knew there was something on my shoulder here, and I thought it was from that I had scraped it lugging a golf bag in and out of a cart or whatever I'm doing. You know, it's a natural thing. I used to carry, we don't anymore. There was a mark up here, and it was sore, so I thought it was, you know, became irritated every time I would do that. And it did. But he said, no, that's from the sun. Right through the shirt. That's scary. So he did something to it. It's better now. But wow. You've got to be careful out there, especially when out there is down here. That sun is penetrating. It's the penetration, that throbbing, that gets us in trouble. In the sun. I love vino as well. Hell yeah. I'm for that. We need to have a meetup in North Florida, in West Florida, in the Panhandle. So in the summertime, is that a good place to go? Destin, that's over in Texas. Or is it in Florida? What's the best beach? Where you live? So we don't want to, you know, invade your privacy. Come on, there's no surfing there on the Gulf Coast, is there? Absolutely. Okay. Well, you always would have some self-doubt. Yeah, so hey Bobby, we've always echoed those sentiments to Sonia. This isn't the first time we've heard anything like this. She has a propensity to become involved with instructors. Now that's fine. Yeah, but you need to, you know, if they have tenure, all those kinds of things. I mean, they're not going to risk their job usually, and if they're talking to you, chances are they are talking to other co-eds as well. Just as a heads up, but you already know that, Sonia. Destin is hoity-toity. Panama City Beach is the best. You go, girl. Meet up in your area. Mm-hmm. How far is that from me, would you say? Probably 6 hours, did you say one time, driving? I've not been up to that side. I've been over on the West Coast, like Naples, but I haven't, and Tampa, but I haven't been northwest, because I would always go up, you know, the East Coast. Destin is hoity-toity. He may be, 5 hours isn't so bad. He may be, I was going to say, he may be hoity-toity. No, he may be just flirting, but you just have to ask him if he's, maybe we should meet for coffee off campus sometime. Boom. There's your answer right there. Something innocent like that. See if that works. Off campus is the operative suggestion. I'm not sure if that was directed at me, but I'm sure it's information worthwhile. Okay, so we've had experience with her telling him she likes him. Sometimes that doesn't work out as well as so. I would feel him out a little bit more in the proper sense. He will know if you like him ahead of time if you ask him out for coffee. And he'll say, Mariam, why did you ask me for coffee? Clearly not to talk about philosophy. And you could go, well, I kind of like the cut of your jib. Okay. $5. Glenda. There's Glenda. So there are people that still are in the wings, like our wing singers. Wing singers. Like the sands in Stryper's hourglass, so too are the days of our lives. What else do I have that makes a noise that, oh yes, I think Claire liked this one. Bobby, but as you should know, and I know you're new here, fairly new, that Sonia does enjoy the chase very much, and it makes for great reading for all of us. She likes the professors. Probably about 3 teachers ago, we suggested just tell him. We don't know if he's married, we don't know these things, just tell him how you feel and see how he reacts. I mean, that always comes up as well. We always look for Sonia to spill her tea about her relationships because they are entertaining. Claire. You asked already. Good. You're getting ahead of the game now. It's spring-loaded. Oh, God, that hurt. All right, stick them up, see? So, what else? What else is going on? Everybody, anybody, you know, you know. Kathy, do you go to work today? Do you work today? You're way ahead. That's good. So perhaps this gentleman is a, let's see, he is an overachiever. Hell no, it's my day off. What is today? It's Wednesday. Hump day. Claire's making a chicken salad for dinner. Sounds good to me. Are you still looking, Kathy? Miriam, are you going to go back to Target when you're out of Escuela? I mean, at spring break, maybe? Spring break. I used to love spring break. But I didn't really go on spring break, not that anyone asked, until I was in my late 30s or 40s. Well, because, you know, I had the means, and then my buddy and I wanted to go down and just check them out. So we made sure we went spring break time. I was going to say is that everyone go and listen to Tenacious. Is that her name? Tina Ash, new album. It's called Songs. It's really good. In the summer, you hate that place, but you have a job there, right? Yeah, girls. All right, Glenda, who is this now? Wasn't attentive in return. Kathy messaged her general manager and told him, I don't mind helping out. One guy's on vacation. But I still am trying to get into makeup industry, pushing that in their business. So you have applications in at Sephora and Ulta, right? And Macy's. No kidding. A nightclub there, right? A club. So, and they have all kinds of music. Yeah, I'm sure he misses you, Glenda. That's a that's a dead giveaway there. Open for business. Oh, wait a minute. I'm combining Glenda and Kristen's comments. So, well, maybe they fit. I do. Go get ready for daddy, girl. After such a long time, so don't be a stranger, okay? Miriam, Sonia. Glenda, he's 24 years younger. Well, so yeah, that's cool. If 24 years younger makes him, still legal, that's good. That's our Sonia. Sonia's growing up right before our eyes. 16 bandstands. Woo. So all kinds of music going on, and there's dancing and drinking. I was in one of those once, Bobby. Age gap. I didn't consider it an age gap. It was only 15 years. I wasn't thinking in those terms. But a interracial age gap, yeah. So he gets his O and leaves you hanging. Well, if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, that's interesting, but he's 24 years younger. Yeah, well, we do have some perspective, but we don't know. I mean, if he's those, let's say, 24 years. If you happen to be 30, then I don't know. No. So, let's see. 40? No. You haven't seen him in 5 weeks. Okay. From the sounds of it, he does sound young, though, not knowing all the details. It should be good now. Should be better. All right. So Kathy's still looking for a job. Kristen wants to go to the beach and to the nightclub. So, Kristen, you're suggesting that if we have a meetup at your location, we have something to do in the evening if we can't find something else to do. Is that right? So are there any quiet places where we could all hang and, rather so we're not yelling across, not that, if that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. That's that's the youth movement there, Bobby. That's what it is, mate. I would say I would agree with you on that one. But then again, it could require patience and instruction on your part, Glenda, and then maybe the skill set would change. You want to go swimming, but it's too cold up there. It may be too cold even here, but not to you, it wouldn't. There are plenty of people in the water from up north. You just have to ask them what they like. Mm. "46, that's too chilly. Let me check my weather forecast." For today, all right, it's 82 degrees right now. In the shade, it feels like 84. It feels like 87 already. So the humidity is up at 65% humidity. A high today of 85 degrees, mostly cloudy. It says rain starting in 3 minutes in my area, but the sun's out, so it will start and it will stop. The other day when I played golf with Bruce, 3 days earlier, I said, well, I don't know, maybe Tuesday's going to be raining too much. What's this? Is Wednesday. I didn't play yesterday. We played on, when did I play? Monday? Maybe it was Monday. And yes, it was the President's Day. And then by the time we got there, we get in the car and 0% chance of rain. I mean, that's how fluid and how often the weather changes in Florida. Go from 60% chance of rain to 0 in like a day. Who says that? To tell you it's your fault. Well, that would be a child. Not a child. I don't want to give the wrong impression. A young person. You need to go back to your favorite hotel in Wildwood. They have a nice indoor pool. Ooh, that's nice. An indoor pool. Indoor plumbing, too, probably. It used to be, Kathy, and there was Wildwood, North Wildwood, and Wildwood Crest. Do they still exist? Is it broken down like that? One of them was dry. I'm sure they're all alcohol now. My family, give you an idea. When my son was little, and he'll be 30. He was maybe 4 or 5. His mom, my mom, and I went to Myrtle Beach. And we go into this restaurant. Now there's a little boy, obviously, and 3 adults. You would think 3 adults. And the waitress comes over, and my mother says, I forget what drink she wanted. Someone wanted a whiskey sour. That was probably my mother. The other, a vodka. And the other, a beer. And the girl said, y'all, I'm sorry. This is a dry county. You need to be in Wildwood, not in Myrtle Beach in North or so, wherever it was. So we looked at one another. Oh man, we were really looking forward to drink. So we get up and leave. My son is like, I thought we were going to eat. We are. We're going to eat. We're just going to go to another place up the road. Well, we did. But come on, you know when you want to. So after that, whenever I was down there, I always knew where I was. So, I mean, if we were really just hungry, just going in there to get something, but, you know, we wanted to have a cocktail. Really? They're still broken down that way? Are they all you go to Wildwood Crest. Where was the safari? Was that in the Crest or no? So you don't want a dry county if you're on vacation, unless it doesn't matter to you when you're a non-drinker. Don't don't worry, Claire. When you visit, we'll make sure. No, there aren't any dry states, but there are dry counties. So, you just have to. But very few. I mean, the places that those are kind of like remote areas, I would say, more so. Not the big cities. I mean, it'd be foolish. Years ago, many years ago, the Dallas Cowboys where their stadium was in Texas was a dry county. And I went with a friend of mine to see my team play the Cowboys. And he said, we were outside. I said, Joe, you better grab a beer or two. I said, why? I was going to get one inside. Oh, there's no drinking. It's dry. I went, what? Growing up in a town in Washington, D.C., where the drinking age when I was a kid was 18, and we had fake IDs when we were 16 to say we were 18. We've been drinking our whole lives. So I'm not a real good example. So when you're going to go to a sporting event and you can't get anything to drink, and sure enough, we went in, and I always wondered why on television everybody looks so staid and perfect in their seats, Well, when Jerry Jones bought the stadium, surprise, he had the ordinance changed. I'm sure he just wrote a check, and suddenly you could drink in Dallas Stadium. And of course, anywhere now you can, I believe. Yeah, I had a fake ID at 16. I sure did. Yours was probably much better than mine. When I was a kid, your ID didn't have to have a photograph on it. Now, you would say, how stupid is that? Well, that is very stupid. But I guess it never dawned on anyone. So our driver's license would just be printed up with my name, my address, and the license number, and date of birth. So we could alter those or get a fake ID. It was very easy. Destin is a dry county on Sundays. Yes, there are some. Now, where I live, I was shocked. I was in the Publix which is our supermarket, grocery store, on a Sunday morning. I was in there. And I don't know if it's the same way, but this was maybe about, 6 years ago. And I was in there in the morning, I wasn't doing anything. I go to the store and get some stuff, and I buy beer and wine, because it's seldom that I don't on every trip, at least to make sure things are replenished. And he said, sir, I'm sorry, I can't sell you this until noon. I said, you've got to be joking. He said, I know, you're right. He says, but they still have some old laws here, at least for now. But that's only Sunday till noon. I mean, honestly, you could hold off till noon if you were going on Sunday. But I didn't know. I was just figured I'd get up early and go to the store. But not in Panama City Beach. Our bar's open at 7 a.m., ready to serve your favorite cocktail. Damn, you make that place sound like a real fun town to visit or live in. Maybe I need to move up north there a little bit. I mean, not that I need a cocktail, and I won't at 7 a.m., but it's nice to know it's there. It's like when I was in the Navy, you could go in anywhere. In Norfolk, Virginia, you could get a drink, right? Lolita Hepburn. Oh, behave, baby, you Lolita Hepburn. Mm-hmm. It's better. That's a better name than Lolita It Burns. I'm just saying. So, yeah, 7 a.m. We have bars that open at 7 a.m. I mean, what time do they close? What is the window, like 2 hours to clean up, throw the drunks out, and then let them back in? Lolita Hepburn. Mm-hmm. So there must be a high incidence of alcoholism in that part of Florida. You cringe when I think about it. Nobody stops you, Lolita. Yeah, well, you had an ID, that's all they said. In this country, and I'm sure in yours now, perhaps, I don't know, the, what is it, firearms, tobacco, and alcohol, they have sting operators. They have kids, they have women and men who look really young, look like they're, let's say 18, because the drinking age in the U.S. is 21, most places still, I think, that go in and they order drinks, and they'll shut a bar down if they're served. 4 to 7 is cleanup time. Man, you live in an old school area. That's cool. 4 a.m. to 7. Damn. I didn't think that still existed, really. That's like so you could go to a night. What time does the club close? Because then you could go out after hours. You know, they still have after hours clubs in New York, and not as many as they used to, but they have in Myrtle Beach too, after hours clubs. So I'm sure down there. The nightclub closes at excuse me, at 4 and opens at 7. There's no music at 7 a.m., is there? I mean, come on. Or is that when they have the kids at the, you know, the local high school, the choral groups in? The bar you used to frequent from 14 to 16 was shut down for that very reason, yeah. Because they will, yeah, that's, wow. So I think the idea is that when you visit from the UK or wherever you guys are, we'll all meet up in Panama City Beach, Florida. Let's make sure it's in the summertime or spring when it's nice and warm up there. That'd be great. Hey, by that time, I may be living up there. You never know. Yeah, I guess they are. ATF. The clubs close, okay, between 2 and 4. Yeah. Wow, but yeah, you want it to be, you want some sort of semblance of rules or order, law and order. 10 for beach service, and they have a pool and restaurant. It also used to be a rule in Washington, D.C. at one point, you had to serve X amount of food to alcohol, because there are places that would just fill up and the booze would be flowing, but you have to generate X in food. Now, you used to have to show on your books that you sold this much food, or they would close you down. So the way they got around that is they gave free food, hors d'oeuvres and things like that, because people were coming in there to carouse, drink, chase skirts, or suits, and they had to offset the alcohol with a certain amount of food. No, you are absolutely right, Claire. Yep. What I did, I'm sure my son didn't until he was older. But we didn't have anything. We had, I'm not saying you didn't have anything, we didn't have the social networking that is around today or is around for millennials or Gen Zers. It just wasn't around. So you couldn't communicate. You had to get out there and communicate. It wasn't like you could go on, I don't know, comegetmeimready.com and, you'd meet somebody. You had to do it the old-fashioned way. I'd say, what's that from? This girls over there are sending you a drink. Oh, okay, there you go. Then we're talking. Thank you, ladies. You check a look and say, hey, good to see you. Thank you so much. It's very nice of you. And then after a couple of them, you might say, well, they're not that bad. Send them a drink. It's closing time, You know how it was back in the day, a long time ago. Yeah, see, so those laws are changed, but you do need to have, or you used to. I mean, I don't know. At least in Washington, D.C., you had to sell food. They would say you just have to get up home on your own. What the hell? God, man. They were not model parents. They produced a lovely woman who has law and order for her children. And I know why. I mean, it was total anarchy out there. But that's funny. There were no pickups. Yeah. We'd have to do our picking up at, it was chaos. I've told you guys some of these stories that I would tell you in person, but I can't. I won't even put them out on the air. But just realize that back in the 70s, it was a different time. People weren't concerned about who, what, when, where, why. They knew why, but no idea, right? Yes, what they're up to. My sisters would tell you all that I was treated differently. I was the only son between two girls. One sister's 6 years older than me, another one 2 years younger than me. And my rules were different. Feature me arriving home when my dad's walking down the driveway with his briefcase going to work in the morning, and I'm getting out of my car. And he says, son, hey, Dad, how you doing? You're starting to upset your mother. Well, I'm home. Yeah, but it's morning. She worries about it. I said, yeah, okay, all right. And I'm sure I said something that I shouldn't have said. I remember what I said. I'm not even going to repeat it. But He just shakes his head, says, just be mindful of that, would you? Now, my sisters, oh my God, they had to be in like 11 p.m. on the dot. All right? My older sister, that's why back in those days, a long time ago, women would get married when they're very young, have children young, you know, kind of like that. But when they were 18, as soon as they had a chance to get out of the house. First of all, we were all brought up that way, to get the hell out of the house. You know, you do this, you get out of the house. That's not the way it is today, but I'm not talking about that right now. My sister was getting married on Saturday. On Saturday, getting married. On Thursday night, she and my brother-in-law were going to go out. And my dad says, or Bob said, be home at 11. You know, misguided. Well, they were Catholics, so, you know, they didn't know shit. Anyway, that's weird. You would be a great guide. Oh, yeah, it's very unfair. So, a terrific guide. I'm not sure why that happened here. I don't know. I'm not glancing down here enough, and nothing I can really do, but I can see if it's a strong signal. I can even move that. I can move all of that up here. But I like to put you up here too, see, because I don't need to see me. I can move it over here. But when I see me, I can, hey, don't go over there, Joe. I can't see you at all. Okay, now I can see down there. I got you here. I have no idea what's going on. It's a full signal there. The microphone is blocking that, but I can see it. Anyway, so, I mean, it was unfair, totally unfair. But it was a structure that was not uncommon at all. You know, they were girls. I know mostly women here. They were girls, so in that time of life in this world, you know, those delicate flowers that were the girls, the women, they couldn't be out. I mean, I remember how odd it was to see when I was in business. I was in my 20s, 20s, maybe 30, and see women for the first time, not the first time doing this, but walking down the street smoking a cigarette. Maybe it was younger. Walking down the street smoking a cigarette. I thought, oh my God, that's disgusting. It was disgusting only because of the way we were raised back in the day. It was completely ridiculous. Men and women being different. A man could walk down there with a cigarette hanging out, you know, or spit on it. And it was nothing. But a woman, oh my God. I grew up in the backward times. I mean, I know how it is today, as it should be. But, I mean, it's still not right today, but still, it's just, you wonder, like, what were they thinking? What? I mean, where do they come up with this crap? But we were not so progressive as people thought. But, you know, so it goes. So smoke them if you got them, sailors, although I don't like smoke. The best thing that happened when they banned cigarettes from bars, to me, the best thing. I hated having to have my clothes dry cleaned every other week. I'll set them up and then have them, or wash. I mean, just, your clothes get so messed up. I mean, And then when you don't smoke, and you go into someone's house, or you open up a closet, or you're going to put a coat away in a closet, you smell the smoke just coming out of the jackets. I'm like, oh God, that's disgusting. To me, that's just the way I'm. It bothers me. I can get along, and I would, but yeah, I can remember walking behind people in New York, and they're smoking, and the smoke coming back in my face. I would just get, go blow by them or just stop, let them go. There's very little courtesy to people that don't smoke still, I think. But I don't see many people that do smoke. The millennials don't smoke as much. Millennials don't. My generation, they all smoked, but millennials are smarter, hopefully. And then you get people like Mario who uses that E thing. I don't know. You smoked. Yeah, I smoked too. When I was in the Navy, I did. D told you to stop, and you did right away. Smart move. He's right, too. Smoking is... My mother was so whack, man. I'm telling you, my mother would smoke a cigarette. They used to have these parties all the time. I wrote a little, I've been writing a little short story on that. My mother, in particular, and all the ladies, her friends. The story was about when I was, it's 12:04 already and I gotta go. I will tell you, remind me on Friday to tell you about the story I was writing. It's based on fact, and it's kind of entertaining. That struggle with tobacco, yes. If they are addicted to it, yes, I know. There are many ways to get off of that, though. You know, I know Parks Casino. I know Parks Casino because off track betting, you can do it online, and sometimes I don't anymore. But I used to just enter. If it's raining, I would just go to I think I told you that when I lived in New York, I would go to the online race tracks and all day bet them across the country. And Parks was one of them that I used to do. Parks was in the evening, I believe. But at any rate. Yeah, most of the casinos, and the casinos even here in Florida, they have a smoking. It's not like smoking is allowed in every casino. Even in Las Vegas, it's allowed everywhere in Las Vegas, but they have non-smoking areas, and that's where I would gravitate towards. In Vegas, the casinos are so huge, it just sucks. They could suck that smoke out. But I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. When you walk into a place and it's smoking, it's hard to breathe, especially since you're not around it anymore. And I'm not talking about somebody smoking weed. Who cares if you smoke weed? Usually it's not billowing around you, 500 people. So, but at a business and they're smoking cigarettes is just really ridiculous. She never touched him again because allergic. My mother, I'll give you this little tidbit before we go. Kristen, in Florida, smoking is prohibited in most areas. Yeah, that's right. Immediately you have to, yes, because it stinks so bad. I'm surprised they have smoking in the bars up there, Kristen. I really am, because when I was I could go to a bar here and it doesn't happen. Just go out and my clothes are fine. It's crazy though. Yeah, and Kathy, if they're smoking still there in Parks, that's a terrible thing, man. In most areas, Striper, but I guess people can still get away with it. Or they don't enforce it, or maybe it's a place, they say smoking only or something like that. I would remember, I told you a story once with a friend of mine and I. We were at, off-track betting in Maryland. And I was probably 38, 39, 40, in that range, 42. And it was always smoky as hell in there. There's nothing you could do about it. Smoky. And we would go anyway because we went to the off-track betting, drink a couple beers. Terrible smoke. And that's when I noticed that, you know, I couldn't see because of the smoke. I thought there was something wrong. My eyes are not working. And he gave me, I didn't wear glasses at the time, and he gave me some readers. I said, damn, these are great. So what did they say? Oh, they're specially made for horse racing, for the smoke in here. Fucker. Yeah. I was then, at that age is when I started wearing glasses. I knew right away, but, you know, he was being a smart ass. Good friend of mine. Yeah. So, yeah, that smoke, the smoke, we were talking about the smoke. Oh, the smell was so terrible. Just awful. Yeah, my mom did smoke, but she only smoked because she thought it was fashionable. And that'll tell you a lot about my mom. Because it was fashionable, she would do it. I can see her to this day at a party, just probably not even inhaling and just talking as if with a drink in one hand. And, you know, she's probably pregnant. I mean, you know, back then they used to smoke and drink when they were pregnant. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, well, listen, I have to go because I have to get my neck adjusted, or hopefully with a laser this time. And I will see you guys. It has been a blast. And Kristen, I'm going to get up there and see you. It's only 5 hours. Since I want to see that destination, you know, if we were all getting together, say, oh, meet halfway. But no, I want to see Panama City Beach because I'll be scouting meetup destinations. Scout. Yeah, that's what I do. I scout. Okay. I'll see everybody later. It was a lot of fun talking, reading you today. It's always a pleasure. Yeah. You have to wash your hair too. Yeah. It's a very unpleasant topic, but you know, it's a real thing, man. I remember that so well. And the only thing you do with the clothes, you say, did I wear this? And you go, oh, I got laundry. Because, I mean, it would already be in there. But you know, like something might have to be dry cleaned, and you were like, should I? Oh, God, yes. Not so much dry cleaning in Florida. Very little dry cleaning in Florida. But in the north, the winter, your clothes, you know, the wools and things like that, you have to have dry cleaning. Or you used to. I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, it's good to see everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy your lives. Be safe. And I will see you on Friday. And whatever special Friday that is. It is Friday the, what is that? Let's see, 19, 20, 21st. Is that it? No. Let me see. It's Wednesday's the 19th. Thursday's the 20th. Friday's the 21st. Yes. Jeez, Joe. All right. I'll see you guys. Apparently I need something else adjusted more than just